Ryan, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Here's to you, right?
Where? I got you.
This is a rematch, right? But that first fight obviously ended kind of in the weird way that it did. So
Yeah.
do you look at this as a continuation from that fight, or do you just think that first one kind of doesn't count?
My perspective on it is just a continuation of that fight. Yeah, but it depends. However, who you are, how you view the sport, the incident, the fight. It's either a rematch or a continuation. For me, it's a continuation.
So let's say this is a continuation. There's just been a pause in the action until now. What can you take away from those first 4 minutes heading into this Saturday?
It basically, we just started getting warmed up. You know, we're very dry. We're still trying to feel each other out. You know, got a hold of each other, hit each other a little bit, felt each other's strength. So it was still partially in that feel out session. So it's going to be just 2 rounds now, that feel out sessions, and then an extra added 4 after that. So it's going to be a good fight, man.
Yeah, I mean, even you said it's a feel out, but you guys started trading blows pretty much from the off. I just rewatched it now. You guys went for the boxing, and then you got him against the fed stuff. Where do you think this fight will take place? Are you happy with how that was going on the feet for you, or do you want to just kind of mix it?
We go in there and we study film and we see things like that of that nature. So, I mean, without giving too much of what I want to do, right? I think it's going to be similar.
You expecting a banger on Friday? Do you think it's going to be a really good fight?
It depends, man. It depends on what adjustments are being made. When you get in there, that's when you feel the differences in the chess pieces that one does in training to avoid what other one wants to do, right? So based off that, we're going to feel them out, see what happens, and then adjust.
Is there a sense of the kind of, are you extra content with getting this fight? Because can't imagine you want to train for a guy, get in the cage, and then have it end in that fashion. So you happy that you're getting to run this one back?
Yeah, it was interesting, man. Like you said, I was out for a while, and finally, when the doctors cleared me from everything, I was able to talk to my manager Tiki, and I said, "Hey, man, doctors cleared me. We're good to go." Talked to the team. I said, "How do I look?" Everyone said, "We're ready." And then we got into negotiations, and his name popped up. I said, well, there we go.
Featherweight division's an interesting spot this day, right? More interesting.
It just got shuffled last week, bro.
What did you make of Alex's fight with Ilya and Ilya's win?
Props to Ilya, right? He won. That was an impressive, very, very devastating KO he got. And for Volk, I'm trying to look at it just from both perspectives. Either Topuria's just game plan was really good, staying calm, moving back, throwing power punches. And then Volk, I don't know if it was, to me, it didn't seem like it was like the same Volk, right? And then seeing him and being in front of him, I'm like, man, you're moving different, but obviously he adjusts for every opponent that he has. So who knows? But I am curious to see what's going to happen now in the featherweight division.
What do you make of Ilya as the champion, right? Because even before the fight, he was like, I'm not going to fight any of these other contenders. I want new guys. So he's almost ruling out fights with yourself, Yair, before the fight even happened. Then he did go on to win. He sort of doubled down in the post-fight press conference. Do you think that's just him sort of almost teasing you guys from afar, or what do you make of that attitude?
I'm not sure, man. My answer to always that is we'll see. We'll see.
Do you think the winner of this Saturday should get the fight with Ilya, or do you think Alex has deserved that rematch after such a long reign?
We'll see.
Hey, Brian, right here. Right here.
Hey, got you. Hey, what up, bro?
I've seen the term rebirth on your Instagram consistently. I wanted to know if you could just give us the story behind that.
I'm glad you asked. The rebirth. The rebirth is a nature process that the ego goes through. And it's something that felt very close to heart to me. It's something that, it's some difficult changes that I had to make in my life, my personal life, to be able to really live the rest of my life the right way. And for those who don't know, what the ego does is the ego lives for 70 years. At the 40-year mark, the ego loses the sharpness of its beak. The feathers aren't as good, and its talons are weak. So it has a choice. The choice is to die, keep doing what you're doing, living the way you are, or isolate yourself way up in the mountains, smash your beak against a rock till it breaks, wait till it grows back, then pluck your talons out, and then pluck your feathers out, and then stay in isolation until everything grows back. And then when that process is done, then the eagle can live the next 30 years of its life. And that process in nature is called the rebirth for the eagle. And that's something similar that I felt that I went through in my personal life, where I had to sit in isolation and face myself in a way that I never had before. And I had to just pluck away and just be alone for a long time. And now I'm here.